and Tyreek Hill is a highlight maker.
They need help.
Kansas City, here we come.
Let's go. Let's whoop their ass.
He's got his man, Davante Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay Packers.
To intercept is Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Rodgers delivers the dagger. The LA defense calls game.
Hey, let's go. Finish this off with the bang.
Win on 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lamar Jackson takes it to the house.
Endo looking for Diggs. He's got it. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Intercepted. Marcus Peters. The Hayes of the Barnes. Tonight. Here we put it in.
Antonio Brown, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown.
Mike Thomas across the goal line.
Chris Godwin.
The Saints with a heavy dose of Alvin Kamara.
Buccaneers score. Fire the cannons.
Premier game there, Drew Brees and Tom Brady.
Ooh, just a handful of games left. Welcome to Good Morning Football. We are fired up and presented by Truist this morning. My name's Kay Adams. Michael Robinson is here.
It's for the intro. I appreciate it.
How was that was a pretty good sizzle. Really fired up for this last hour?
Of course. It's the playoffs.
Love it.
Be fired up.
My name's Kay Adams. St. Burleson due back at some point this week. He was, of course, in the booth for Nickelodeon, still getting slime from behind his ears and out his hair, I'm sure. That's Peter Schrager. That's Kyle Brandt. Yeah, let's go. Lead block.
Let's do it. Lead block.
Okay, then. The divisional round matchups are set, everybody. It is Rams up against the Packers and Ravens against the Bills. That one on Saturday. Snowy conditions will prevail, at least up in Buffalo. It's pretty cold to play up there.
Yes, it is.
Top two offenses taking each other on. The Browns take on the Chiefs. The Buccaneers take on the Saints on Sunday. Okay, but let's start with that first game I just mentioned. Rams, Packers up in Lambeau. It's probably not going to be too warm there. No walk in the park up in Green Bay. But there are superstars on both sides of the field. Elite talent. Let's take a look at what might be the one-on-one matchup of the season, though. Jalen Ramsey up against Davante Adams. We've seen this matchup, this specific matchup, just once before, and I do mean once. Back in week one, you're looking at it, 2016. This is Packers-Jags. Ramsey's first NFL game. Ramsey covered Davante, one target.
Look at him.
Yeah, he shut him down. One 5-yard catch. That's it, guys. That's it.
A lot of TJ Yeldon in that game, I remember.
Yeah, it was. It was, exactly.
Packers won.
I don't know. We probably won't see TJ Yeldon. No, we won't, but we will see a whole lot of this on Saturday in Green Bay. So Ramsey versus Adams. How do we think this all-pro matchup plays out, Kyle?
It's wild to see this because it's forgotten.
Yeah.
Nuggets to bring
Week
up.
1, 2016.
I know. Inconsequentially, Jalen's first game. I got a nugget, and I did some digging. I found a good nugget. All the times that Rodgers and Ramsey have gone against a first-team All-Pro cornerback. The season that he did it, meaning Rodgers and Adams. I'm sorry, Rodgers and Davante.
Yep.
Rodgers and Davante, the whole career, they're going up a first-team All-Pro cornerback. It's happened 7 times. Richard Sherman, Josh Norman, Patrick Peterson twice, Kyle Fuller twice, and Stephon Gilmore. Okay? They're 1-6 in those games. 1-6. Now, this is Rodgers does whatever he wants. He has a winning record every year. Davante, we're seeing him just terrorize the league right now. It hasn't gone great. And if you get into the PFF numbers, and I have, the defense wins. So in all this world where Rodgers is going to win MVP, unless it goes to Derrick Henry, Davante is going to win Offensive Player of the Year. The history has said that the defense wins. Now, I don't know if Rodgers goes away from Davante or he just doesn't put up the numbers, but you line up all those guys in their best year as Jalen's having this year, the defense has won. So put that on your shoulder, whatever you want to do.
Let me ask you this. Is Davante playing better than you've ever seen him? You've been very high on Davante through his career. He gets better and better. So is it a little different considering how he's played this year?
It is. And yet, I don't think Jalen's ever played better. I mean, Jalen, it was amazing with Jacksonville, too, and what we've seen him do this year. Listen, here's the thing about this weekend. We also have Stephon Diggs going against Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, which is incredible, and this one's better. But history says Jalen has the advantage.
Say they do eliminate. Say it's one catch, 5 yards. Do the Packers have a chance if it's no Davante Adams doing it? Or is that, are we already saying
that's not happening?
Maybe if they drafted somebody.
He will have more than 5 yards receiving, bro. Like he will. And to your point, Kyle,
The last All-Pro corner he went up against with Stephon Gilmore, that was what, 2018?
A couple years ago.
That was before Matt LaFleur's offense got here.
True.
Okay.
Point.
And now they control the line of scrimmage, and they throw the ball off play action, and they're moving Davante Adams around. I think Davante Adams wins this matchup. Not saying anything toward Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is the top corner in the National Football League, but Jalen doesn't go in the slot that much. He does sometimes, but he doesn't go in the slot that much. They move Davante Adams all around this offense, and what's made him different this year is that they put him in the slot. You don't usually see big guys wiry like that in the slot, but he has such great feet. Nobody can put hands on him in the slot, and he's not scared to go across the middle. So I think the numbers will be there for Davante Adams. Maybe not one-on-one with Jalen Ramsey as much as we would like to see. There's not many cornerbacks that do that anymore. Maybe Slay out in Philly, but their defensive coordinator's taking a hiatus right now. So at the end of the day, I think Davante Adams has a huge game.
Wow.
And to your point, Peter, Green Bay can't win unless he does have a huge game. So I expect them to run the football, be explosive in the play-action game. Davante Adams goes off. He's the best wide receiver in football.
I love it. I love it. I think it's actually more than just Jalen, though. It's the entire defensive backfield. Many times in this league, you've got this unit that we got to the Super Bowl, and it's like, all right, we're gonna stay strong. We got to keep on to every guy. Look at the Rams' Super Bowl starting defensive backfield from just less than 2 years ago. And then now look at their starting backfield in the defense. Both were the best in the league when they played. So LaMarcus Joyner's no longer there. John Johnson's there. They traded Marcus Peters.
Right.
They traded Aqib Talib, and everyone was like, what are they doing? They knew they had Darius Williams coming up in there. They knew that Troy Hill could play. And they can now afford Jalen Ramsey for big money. John Johnson's the constant, and then Jordan Filler was a draft pick. Darius Williams, number 31, this guy's fantastic. This guy could have been a Pro Bowler this year. He's unbelievable. Troy Hill makes a big play every game. I give the Rams credit for their flexibility of saying, we love Talib, we love Peters, they're great. We're going to trade them so that we can pay Jalen Ramsey more and then let our younger guys go. But at the end of the day, Jalen is the stalwart. What this guy's doing this season can't be underestimated. I think it's his best season as a pro.
Ultimate eraser, man.
He is the ultimate eraser. And just look at what he's done the last few games against top guys. DeAndre Hopkins and DK Metcalf. This is what they target. 5 targets. This is 5 games. This isn't 2-game sample.
That's really insane.
5 targets, less than 2 catches, and 18 yards.
Wow.
And that's 3 times against DK and 2 times against DeAndre. That's not a sample size of, look, he played this guy. There's one receiver who's gotten a big game off him, and it's the guy up in Buffalo, Stephon Diggs. He ate. He had a big game against Ramsey. He's the only one in the league. Ramsey completely eliminates receivers. So Davante Adams, I agree. He might be better than Metcalf. He might be better than Hopkins. I actually think he's a far superior route runner than both those guys. And off the line of scrimmage, he might be. Ramsey, though, I feel like this might be one of those deals where LaFleur is drafting up a game plan. How do we get Marquez Valdez-Scantling more touches? How do we get Aaron Jones?
But Peter, that's how it is in the playoffs.
That's okay.
A lot of times it's not going to be the guy that got you there. It's going to be those other guys, the periphery guys. And
we're not mentioning Aaron Rodgers enough.
Well,
like we're talking Davante Adams. This is a different Aaron Rodgers, right?
No,
he's better than. I think he's playing, but I know everyone likes Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. This is our MVP we're talking about, so I expect him to get the ball into those tight windows and do it. And I love that you brought up the defense. I want to ask you. I'm less scared about Jalen and Davante because I trust Aaron Rodgers so much playing the way he's played all season. It's Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd that I'm scared of. The only time I've seen Green Bay struggle even a little this year was up against Tampa. Tampa consistently and constantly put pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and now Aaron Rodgers does not have Bakhtiari. I think the key to this game is protecting Aaron Rodgers.
It will be protecting Aaron Rodgers, and not just with straight drop back with the offensive line going one-on-one protecting. They need to run the football. Scott Pioli was on earlier, and he talked about that. They need to run the football at Aaron Donald. I actually think Aaron Donald's rib injury happened to play before we thought it happened.